Freddy Ordine, how's it going with you again in the land of rock?
Good, bro. How are you? Not much going. Just home, kind of hanging.
Yeah, basically, Weapons for Anew has got a new album coming out in spring 2021, 2021, something like that. Um, what's the take on this album that's coming out? Is it gonna change much of the scene you guys had before?
Um, we went a little bit more after the active rock, like the radio side on this record. I mean, there's still some heavy stuff on it, like our first record. I mean, to us, it still sounds like us, but it's definitely got a little bit more, like I guess, more like a modern sensibility to it, as far as what's going on in active rock radio and stuff now.
And active rock radio also brings radio stations. Is that correct today?
That is correct. We are number 27 on Billboard.
That's awesome.
As of this morning. So we're beyond blessed, man. We're super lucky.
Let's say you are on the Billboard. What's it feel like? When you wake up and you get that call. I'm on the Billboard. It must be a good feeling.
Honestly, man, it's like we don't believe it. It's our management calls and says, "Hey, you guys are 27," and we're like, "Dude, you're calling the wrong person. There's no chance we're number anything on Billboard." So it's just crazy. It's. When you're a kid growing up, it's like, man, one day I'm going to be on Billboard, and it never happened before. So when we were getting ready to do all this, they were like, dude, you guys definitely got something here. It's going to hit Billboard. And we're like, yeah, right. And started out, all the way at the bottom, and it's at 27 now, and it's they're saying we're going to get a top 20 out of this, so they're thinking high teens is where we're going to take it to. So it's unbelievable.
Is it that it's getting easier to get on Billboard because sales are not as large for big artists now? What's your take on that?
With the Billboard charts we're on, it's all about radio play.
Okay.
It's no sales for this chart anyways. I mean, we're on the active rock chart, which is how many radio spins you're getting and stuff like that. It's definitely not an easy game to get in on radio. It's a lot of work. I think there's 6 guys dedicated to working radio just for us, and it's been a 2-3 month just full time grind for those dudes. So they've really put the time in for it. I mean, for us, it's easy. We hand them the song and go, here you go.
Yeah. And Freddie, working on the promotion part, it's got to be a lot of work too, because you got to rig up some interviews. You got to work and not necessarily play music here. You're doing, administration stuff, to promote the band.
Yeah. We're lucky, man. We got a great team that we built around us. Our PR people, Chip, I'm sure you know. He's been great to us. I mean, he kind of sets all this stuff up for us, and then we just get an email. They actually put it right into my Google Calendar, so it's just I get reminders every day of what I need to do. So between him and our manager, Matt, they've been phenomenal to us. I mean, they really kind of take care of all of our business and kind of just let us be musicians, which is really nice for me and Ray, where we don't have to wear the business hat anymore. We could just actually be 2 idiots that love to run around like morons on stage and jump up and down and write cool songs. So it's been cool.
And you play with a singer that was in the Spread Eagle, and that should be pretty good. He was in a band that made Metal Edge and all those magazines back in the day.
Yeah, man. Yeah, dude. Him and I, it's crazy. I mean, I was in a thrash band with a couple of the guys from Testament, and one of the guys that went on to play with Overkill. And Ray was more on like the hair rocker, with the makeup stuff. So when we first met, we both had mutual friends, and it was actually this guy Vinny Checkling that used to write for Metal Edge. He kept saying to me, he's like, dude, you got to meet Ray West. And I'm like, Ray West, isn't that the guy from Spread Eagle? He's like, yeah, he's awesome. I'm like, nah, dude, he used to wear makeup. I'm not down with that. And, once we got in the room together, man, it was evident to both of us it was meant to be. Like it was just how it is. It's awesome.
And Freddie, going with guitar tones and stuff like that, where do you take your guitars? Do you move from always doing the same sounds, or you want to experiment sometimes? And I see you do have nice Mesa Boogies.
It's mostly my Mesa Boogies. For years I was with Wagner. They were great to me. And for years, Mesa Boogie's been trying to get me to go over to them. And I just, I was kind of comfortable with Wagner. But with going with the new record, we moved over to 7 strings now on the new stuff, and we're tuned down pretty far. I needed something that was going to cut with a little bit more definition, a little bit more mid. So Boogie had hooked me up with a couple of the John Cutrupi amps, the JP2Cs, and they're fucking phenomenal. And then they just sent me one of these new, I don't know if they're out yet. It's called the Badlander. It's a new dual rectifier. unfucking believable. It's all over the new record. It's really, really good. So I've been with Boogie now probably about a year and a half.
Okay. Mesa Boogie's a name to be reckoned with. You know, they got the name. You know, a lot of great musicians had them on their sides throughout the years.
They got the amps are phenomenal. I can't wait to get on tour with them. I mean, I haven't done any tour. I did a little bit of touring with JP's last year, towards the end of last year. 19. I was starting to use them, and they were great, man. They just cut through the mix really good. They're cool.
And Freddy, your promo video for Sick Boy, you guys worked hard on this during quarantine season.
Yeah,
let's say.
Yeah. Our management, they think we have probably 5 radio singles on the new record. So they figured, all right, well, we're going to get together. Let's try to squeeze as much as we can into like a little weekend thing. So I think it was 3 days. We did 3 videos in 3 days. So they beat the shit out of us, but we got the best out of it. So it came out good.
To keep working hard, it's a lot of hard work, and to make it in one day to film all these videos, get the energy and courage. I'm sure it's work and a half.
Yeah, and we're no spring chickens anymore. You could tell by me and Ray were putting records out. I guess it was like the early '90s, so we're not as young as we used to be. But man, we fight through it and we just make it happen. Yeah.
Let's say the idea behind finding a song like "Sick Boy," whose idea was on finding this song, or going to that direction?
It was me. We do a lot of crazy covers at sound checks. Like when we're on tour, we'll do like James Brown tunes and Michael Jackson tunes. We're always looking for a song that nobody would expect us to do. I say it all the time. Like, dude, we're all huge Van Halen fans, but you can't out Van Halen. So like, we're not even going to try.
Right.
So we wanted to do something that nobody thought we would do. And I heard the song "Sick Boy." It was probably like September of 19. And I was like, man, this song is so fucking cool. Just the lyrical content of it, just the way the song flowed. I'm like, dude, this would be a really cool rock song if we could make it a little heavier. So I thought for sure they were going to tell everybody in the band was going to be like, absolutely not. So I went and made the whole arrangement, sat with our producer Freddy, and came up with the whole thing, and then presented it to the band. And amazingly enough, everybody loved it. I thought for sure they were going to be like, oh, fuck no, get out of here with this. And they loved it, man. So Ray and I sat down and we just kind of worked the melodies on the vocals a little bit different, and that was it. So it was pretty painless.
It's like that you guys do get in contact somewhat, to get in shape and record and rehearse and prepare for 2021 playing live again. Yeah,
we're nut jobs, man. We really are. Chad lives in Pennsylvania, so he's our new drummer. He used to be in Breaking Benjamin, so we borrowed him for keeps.
Okay.
So he joined the band last March. He lives in PA. Ray lives in Florida. Me and the bass player live in New Jersey. And then we just got a second guitar player we just added to the band. He's from California. So we've been flying guys back and forth pretty much through this whole thing. Mask up, gloves on the plane. When Ray gets here, he looks like he's like a nuclear worker. He's got a mask on and gloves and a big jacket and shit.
Yeah.
We've been still getting together, rehearsing, just kind of getting our stuff. So when we are allowed to tour, we're going to be on fire.
It's like that when traveling like this, nobody gets sick and everybody's fine because they're wearing their mask and cleaning their hands and stuff, right?
Yeah. Ray, I'm telling you, Ray looks like Homer Simpson when he goes to work at the nuclear plant in the cartoon. Yeah. That's what Ray gets off the plane looking like. He's so safe with it. We're super careful. We really don't go around anybody out. Another phone call just came in, so
busy guy.
Out of our media clique, especially when we're all together like that. We all kind of stay together at my house. So yeah, we're as safe as we can be.
And that's good to know. And it's good to know that a good old mask and clean your hands do protect you. So that's proof.
Knock on wood. Far.
Yeah, well, that's good. And it's always interesting, bands that do not live in their region. That should be harder. Because, you guys got to do conference calls, I guess, and to organize where am I going to stay that night. It's a lot of work, I'm sure, and preparation.
Yeah, we're super close. We spend so much time together, me, Ray, and Reno especially, over the past 5 years. We're like family. We really are. And then with Chad and Kevin coming in, those guys are like family too. So it's like a big open door. They all know when they come. We're all together. We all eat dinner together. It's like a family. So it's cool. We talk shit, if we don't talk 10 times a week, all of us together, we all get on like, Zoom conferences together. And we had even discussed trying to rehearse that way.
Yeah.
And this doesn't work for us. Like we like being around each other, as crazy as that sounds. We actually, still enjoy being around each other and breaking chops and goofing around and playing music. I mean, that's why we do this,
And Freddy, Weapons as a new of Anew, do you foresee, doing a quarantine concert? Let's say if it's the only choice.
I mean, if it's the only choice and everybody's going to have to start doing it, I mean, I guess we have no choice. We've done a couple of live stream things just for radio stations that have been supporting us. We got together and filmed, again, like just a long weekend. We filmed a couple of different show versions of it. So we did a couple of the new songs off the new record, and we're just doing them for special things for like our fan club. And then we're doing it just for radio stations. But for us, it's just, I don't want to say it's like fighting through it, but it really is. It's just the energy that you don't get back from the crowd. It affects how the band comes off,
So can you imagine a band that just starts out tomorrow or today, what they're going to be going through, if this COVID-19 does last a little bit, because they won't know how to perform on stage. I'm talking about a brand new band here, never played live,
Yeah, honestly, I think it's going to be a lot of bands that even have been touring, for years. It's a lot of our friends' bands, like they haven't gotten together in a year and change, and we're like, no way. So we're just kind of looking at it like, we're caged animals. We're ready to go. So I can't even imagine new bands like. That would be the decision, like, yeah, maybe I should just go to college and give up on this whole music thing at that point.
Yeah, maybe. Well, it's like that. You guys got a new album coming out in spring 2021. What's the title of this new album?
It's going to be called The Art of War.
Art of War. Good title. Great band.
Thank you, man.
And just keep up the great work. I appreciate you taking the time here, Freddy. And
much for having me. And hopefully we'll see you next time we're up in the area, man.
You never know. Hopefully. All right, man. Thank you very much, and you have a good one. Stay safe.
It was good talking to you. Take care.